Hi everyone, welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Here we are. You can't see it, but we're just loading up a big old trailer of some sort of chemical on our truck in France. So we're just going to do a bit of a drive. I'll show you where we're going to go. So we're here in Calais, and we are due to drive from Calais all the way down to La Rochelle. We haven't been to La Rochelle, so that will be quite exciting. We've covered a lot of the map now. It'd be nice just to tidy up the grey cities, wouldn't it? I think we've got all of the United Kingdom done. All of Sweden. All of Norway and Finland. Yeah, all the Scandinavian DLC and Denmark done, which is pretty good. So we're well on our way. If we just have a look at what this is, it is mercuric chloride, 18 tons. Doesn't sound like something you want splashed out on the roads terribly much, does it? It doesn't sound pretty. I'm just going to bring that mirror up there, and let's get going. Right. So yeah, it's Monday trucking today. It's going to be a bit late because I was waiting on some feedback from certain people to see if I potentially have something else to show you today, but it hasn't materialized at this point. So I need to go forward a little bit more so I can see past my own mirrors. I'm recording this Monday morning before work because obviously what I hoped would happen over the weekend didn't materialize, but that's okay. I get this out, so this will be coming out later on Monday, which will be absolutely fine. What we'll do, we'll run through the usual updates for the channel, talk about what things that are going on, things that have annoyed me, things that I like, and the usual as we hit the roads around Europe. There you go. See the light through the cab there. So I'm here in my Renault truck as we're doing the old French DLC. Obviously, same as last time, but trying to show that the Renault trucks are pretty good, actually. You know, they get a lot of bad stick from certain YouTube celebrities, but they are pretty good trucks. Certainly does me okay, anyway. It's got a little man dealership here. We're just going to get out of Calais and then we'll do our usual roundup. It's been a while since I've driven Euro Truck, so expect a few crashes, scrapes, and otherwise misadventures. And so we did the American Truck Simulator a couple of weeks ago, and that's, you know, that felt good actually. It was really nice to get back onto the into the trucking. So we haven't done it for ages, so yeah, we're going to rotate the trucking in with the buses as well. Still haven't had a chance to have a look at OMSI or OMSI, but yeah, it will be coming hopefully when I sit down for 5 minutes and get to play around with it. Thank you for those who did put the links to how-to videos, get started, that kind of thing. Paris and Lille. Okay, good. Speed radar in action around here. Alright. So it's not too bad. It's 2:20 in the morning. So it is night, but as you can see, it's quite a bright night. It's quite light. The light from the moon. So it's not too bad at all. So we'll be able to drive through the early morning sunrise, which should be lovely. Right, now we're coming out of the town. We can do the old usual roundup, which we kind of started. So we're back on the old trucks. Yeah, we'll be rotating Truck Simulator, American, Euro Truck on the Mondays. And yeah, it just gives me a chance to have a ramble. Tell you about things that are going on. Things that are going through my head, which is not always the most well thought out thoughts I've ever had, but it also allows me to just clear my head sometimes. You know, sometimes even though sometimes you sound like an idiot. Well, most of the time I sound like an idiot. It is that case of sometimes just voicing something sort of clears it up in your own head later, because you think, oh no, actually, now that I've said it out loud, that sounds absolutely ridiculous, as I absolutely stuff my gear change up. Right, so yeah, Mondays we're going to continue with the trucking and the busing. I'm looking for some other sort of things as well. Obviously we've got OMSI from the bus front, and we have Fern Bus, which will probably be the two main protagonists on the bus side. We may also do a couple of Bus Sim 16 runs every now and then, but you know, as I said last week, I pretty much feel like I've completed that game to death now. I've done everything. You know, people say just do a route with every stop on it, and I get asked that every week. It's like, no, I don't. You know, that would take about probably 2 hours to do, which I don't really have interest in doing, because it's got to be zippy. You know, a 2-hour video is only going to appeal to, you know, a very small amount of people, and it's not really. It doesn't appeal to me, and I'll be the one doing it. You know, you know, a half an hour, 45-minute max video on that, and you know that feels right. That's the kind of time scale I would play that game for. You know. And that's what kind of the balance feels right for me. It's not something I'd sit and play Bus Sim all day. You know, I'd be pulling my hair out at the end. It's just something I do to unwind every now and then. Jump on, do a couple of routes, earn a bit of cash, tinker with the buses. You know, that's great. That's all I need from that game. OMSI, that could be another kettle of fish altogether. We'll come to that once we've had a little bit of experience on it and we understand what's going on with it. Oh, that's been blocked off. Look at that. Can't go that way. Fernbus, well, they've had another update since we last played, so hopefully they've fixed a number of those bugs, especially that weird speeding up bug which came out of nowhere. That was just crazy, wasn't it? You know, we went from 100... I watched that back because I couldn't quite understand at the time what was going on. It happened twice. And the bus, obviously there was some sort of weird glitch, and it went from... It normally, when you're flat out, it normally hovers around 100, 101, 102 kilometers an hour. But all of a sudden, it kind of looked like we lit a rocket, and it went out to 140 kilometers an hour in literally less than a second. So, you know, there's a bug there. And hopefully they can look to sort that out. Have they got one of are these one of the ones you can just drive through? No, they're closed. Okay, we'll go into this one. Thank you. Good, you're doing a great job there. You only just fits through that door. Look at him. He's quite a tall lad. One of the other things I was going to mention, on the Mondays, obviously it's all about transporting goods and transporting people. So, with as well as the trucks and the buses, I'm also thinking about bringing trains into Monday videos rotation. I know some of you go, well, that means we're going to have to wait longer for the video we like, which, yeah, you may do, but I think there's a nice fit there. The trucks, you know, moving goods around, feels okay. Moving goods around the Europe and America. We've got buses moving people around various towns and you know, the cities around Germany. And I think, you know, train sim will fit in there nicely as well. You know, I've got routes for a lot of routes for UK, to be honest, because I do like UK trains. It's what I know. It's what makes me feel nostalgic with the steam trains in the UK. But I do have trains for Germany, and you know, routes and stuff with Germany, America, France. I'm sure there's other places in there as well. I've got a few. So we could probably look to bring some of those into the Monday videos as well. So it's going to be trains, buses, and trucks. Now, I know some of you will probably be thinking, well, if that's your logic, why don't you bring airplanes into that as well? Like Flight Sim. But I'm probably going to keep Flight Sim for the Friday rotation, if that makes sense. So Mondays is going to be trucks, buses, trains. Wednesday, we're currently doing the Rise of Flight, Yasta 8, Korea, which is, whew, we're riding our luck a little bit. If any of you have seen the last episode, yeah, we took a bit of damage, but we managed to just about creep over the line and make it back home. But that's been enjoyed, and it's getting a really good response. I'm really pleased with the positive response that's received, and I'm really enjoying that game. That game not only is a nice little game to play, it also aids itself to making videos. The replay function is particularly very helpful, which some games are not. So it allows me to basically record the flight and then play it back, so I can get all the external shots and stuff. So that kind of thing is so helpful. So it'd be nice if something like I suppose it doesn't have as much use in truck sim and stuff, but I could do some external shots, because driving, because you're still driving when I'm doing this, and you can't get like the little fancy shots, because you're always 2 seconds away from disaster, crashing through a wall or something. But then again, I don't think a truck sim driving or the bus necessarily lends itself to that. Flight sim does, because people would like, you can see people landing and taking off, but you also want to see it from the external view for some reason. There's something about you want to see how it looks externally, whereas you don't really want to look at how a truck pulls away from a parking space or anything. There's not that kind of, I don't know, this doesn't have the same kind of appeal. Come over a nice little valley here. Oh, it's a road down there. I was expecting a river. So that's good. So we're going to continue as long as we survive with Yasta 8. But I did say if we get to the end of April and we're still alive, we may look to bring in B17, the Mighty 8th again. Because that's what's going to replace it sooner or later. We're going to do another B17, the Mighty 8th career. This time it's going to be a squadron commander one. So there's going to be plenty of space for people to volunteer to become crew members. So that'd be good. If Yasta 8 is still going, we may do some rotation then. I haven't quite worked out how I'd do that. I'd probably start to do rotation and see how people take to it. There may be cries of, oh, I want Visor Flight every week rather than one. I tend to get, we want more a week rather than we don't want this this week. So yeah, maybe 2 weeks to wait for your video may be a bit too much. I'm not sure. We'll have to play that when we get to it. So that's going to be the Wednesday video. Whoa, we've got some lag going over. Whatever that was super laggy going over that bit of road. And that brings us to, obviously, Thursday's I say a day off, there's no such thing. I'm always making videos. You just have to look at the second channel for that. But for the main channel, Thursday's a no video day. Friday, we're going to, still doing our rotations. We've done a number of videos on Fridays. We've done the flight simulator, which you're going to stay to that. I'll probably bring some more flight sim this week, hopefully, if I get the time to sit down and do it. But Fridays are going to be kind of a mismatch as well, where anything I want to kind of throw out to you before the weekend, and that's what that's going to remain. So flight sim's going to be in there. We might have, I did a DCS video before. We could do farm sim. That's all going to be in the mix, and anything that I'm currently playing that week is also going to be chucked in there. Can I just zip through that now? I don't think they're the ones you can just zip through, are they? Oh! Oh! Oh, I see. Oh, they are the ones you can just zip through. Oh, damn. I'm behind all the trucks I just overtook. Fine. I told you it's been a while since I played this. And that brings us to Saturday. And Saturday, we have submarines, i.e. Silent Hunter 5 currently. It's going great. A few bugs here, there, and everywhere, but we are doing okay with it. It's going great. I'm really enjoying it still. You're really enjoying it still. and we obviously started the second chapter, which is happy times now. All's going well, and we'll continue with that until we die, I guess, and then we can probably do something else for a short time. Then we'll do some more Silent Hunter 5. We may look, once we die, I do get the odd call to look at the, is it the Grey Wolves, the Wolves of Steel mod, which incorporates a lot of the mods we have in there, but it also brings in super realism for the torpedoes firing, super realism for navigation, and I don't like the navigation. That is probably, I could probably get on with the learning how to do the torpedoes properly. It's just the navigation I find a complete and utter ball ache with the real navigation. I just want to point plots and go. I'm not there to, to spend, oh god, wrong gear. I'm not there to spend 4 hours plotting a course, it's not interesting for me, it's not interesting for you. Oh, sorry, I was having a bit of coffee. Oh, I needed that. Been ranting on for 15 minutes, my throat was getting a bit dry. Lovely. So that's pretty much what the main channel is doing currently, and for the next foreseeable week or two, until something changes. On the second channel, Taff's Exile Extra, we're still running with 2 episodes on Monday and Thursday of This Is the Police, and Tuesday and Friday we have 2 episodes, or 1 episode apiece, 2 episodes a week of The Long Dark. He thought about it, then he thought no, then oh my goodness, he managed to get around in the end. This Is the Police is a police management game, which if you've started to watch the latest videos, you'll see I get quite salty. The game starts to be really tough, it's been really harsh with me, and there is a point, I don't think you've probably seen it yet, but there is a point where I'd said, right, I'm done, no more. But I've had a time to calm down after that. That was a week ago I recorded that, and I am going to see it through. I did threaten to quit because I was just getting fed up with it. Not because I don't like the game, it just felt like there are certain things when you do cases and you send officers to dangerous situations where they're on like a random number roll generator, and it just felt too scripted that we were basically losing those number rolls every time, and that obviously resulted in very bad mission results, and that seriously impacts not just that day, that shift, but that shift, if you lose manpower, then that shift is screwed for the next 2 or 3 days while you try and replace them, and you also lose your experienced cops, which is not a good place to be. So that was tough, but still, once the salt kind of diluted a bit and kind of went away, it gives you that extra determination to get back and say, no, I am going to beat this game. So I will be coming back on that one on full throttle, don't worry. We'll see how far we can go with that. We're not actually coming onto this road, we're now going off to Le Mans. And then we have The Long Dark, which is such a fantastic game. If you're looking for a good survival game, not survival against zombies, just a good survival game where you have to survive against the elements and everything, The Long Dark is superb. For those of you who have never heard of it, which I can't believe you have never heard of it, it's basically a wilderness survival in northern, or somewhere in Canada, which is just obviously covered in snow and ice, horrible storms, they got bears and wolves to try and kill you. There's obviously, you can do hunting with the bears, the wolves, the deer, there's rabbits to snare, all sorts of things. Obviously you can break things down to and do some crafting to make snares and bows and arrows and clothing, and you use the furs and skins to make clothing. Cracking game, absolutely cracking game, and it's all just about surviving, how long you can survive. I think we've gone, is it 20 days now? I think we're 20 days, or is it 30 days? but we're doing quite well. We've explored 2 of the regions. There are multiple regions around the map. We've done Pleasant Valley, or in Pleasant Valley, and we've done the the fishing lake one, whatever that one's called. Nice little French farmhouse down there. Lovely. So yeah, that is absolutely cracking game. Strongly recommend it. And then every other Saturday we have Ski Region Simulator on the Saturday on the second channel, Taff's Exile Extra. So those of you who always ask me, do you do any Ski Region Simulator? Yep, it's on the other channel and it's fortnightly. But yeah, if you haven't seen it on the new channel, then there's probably 4 or 5 episodes you can catch up on. To your heart's content, we've made significant progress as well, which is grand. It's a great game, but it's just, you know, it's not. It doesn't have the wholesale appeal. So that's why we've moved it to the slot on the second channel, and that really fits in there quite nicely, because the second channel is one of those channels where if I'm really busy, then that's the channel that will probably suffer, because, you know, I'm not worried about being super efficient and getting the videos out on that one, in so much as, you know, I'll use what time I have to make sure the primary channel is the one that gets the main focus, and the secondary one is just that, the secondary channel. So, you know, things may slip occasionally on that one. Just be aware of that. But that's the good thing about This Is the Police and The Long Dark, because I can record those in back chunks. Yeah, I can record like an hour and a half chunk of that, and then what I'll do in the editing, I'll just break that down, break that down into episodes, you know, 20-minute episodes, and just do a batch render. So I don't have the amount of editing that I usually do on a normal video. I don't have the amount of time it takes to actually create the video as well. It's literally just record a block and slice it up, and that really does help me keep that, you know, keep a second channel going, because it just allows me to for example, that 1 hour when I'd normally record, you know, you're probably looking at another hour to get it edited and sorted up. It's weird, isn't it? And if it takes an hour to record it, it takes roughly about an hour to edit it as well. It's bizarre, unless it's a really complex video. So something like Rise of Flight, because I do all the external shots and I put bits and bops in there. So when you have an external battle, it's not just, you know, me, you know, from the internal the cockpit. So I'm stuttering over my words now. You know, I do the cuts to the external shots. You know, when we do loops and we fire the guns and we do close passes. You know, you then cut to an external shot or something. You know, that can take a lot longer. So, you know, for a 20-minute video, you're probably editing that for about 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, depending on how much you have to cut and paste, as it were, or, you know, slice and add in. But yeah, the survival ones are literally record a chunk, split it up, and then batch render. And batch render, oh my goodness, thank God I found batch render. Otherwise, I'd be rendering each video separately, and it's like, oh my goodness me. Thank you, Sony Vegas, for batch render. It's amazing. Which basically means all you have to do is highlight the different sections and select them as different videos on the actual thing, and it'll render them one at a time, rather than having to restart it every time. It's just, oh, so much. Just, you know, just click and go, leave it, and it'll just sort it out for you. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, fantastic. Oh, and I think that's pretty much covered it. We used to talk about streaming. Now, I'm not in a position to do streaming at the moment, and I'll tell you a few reasons why. Many of you know this is going to be I'm just going to switch my main headlights off. Let's go on to side lights. Many of you know this is going to be an incredibly busy and hopefully a very exciting year for me. I'm moving. I'm not quite sure where yet. It depends on where the girlfriend gets her next job. So she's a teacher, and she's looking to go for a deputy headship. So she's looking at schools where the position is available and she can apply and hopefully get that job. Now, ideally, we would like to go and live in sort of Gloucester, Somerset way. Although, we have had, she has applied for jobs on a little bit further, or in towards, well, she's applied for a job on the Isle of Wight, and a couple around sort of the Bristol area, which obviously is Gloucester, but so depending on that, we were discussing it at the weekend, and she's kind of come up with a cut-off point at Easter. So we've got another 3 or 4 weeks to Easter. At the end of the Easter holidays, depending on how successful she's been with the applications, or if she's applied for the job, she does research the schools before she applies. But researching is one thing; it's not until you actually go and visit it for real that it may not kind of be the place you wanted it to be, if that makes sense. So we're gonna leave it till then, and that's going to be the cutoff point. So hopefully we'll know exactly what's what by then, so I'll know where I'm moving to. If she hasn't got the job offer she wants in that area, sort of Gloucester, Somerset area, then the deal is she's going to stay at the school she is, because she's an acting deputy at the school she's at. But they've got 2 acting deputies, if you know what I mean. It's a weird one. They don't want to choose between them because they're both very good teachers, and they don't want to lose one, if that makes sense, by giving it to the other. Because if you got 2 acting deputies and you give it to one of them, then the other one's going to think, oh well, thanks, great, I'm going to have to move now, aren't I? And the thing is, my partner is very good friends with the other lady as well, who's the other acting deputy, so they don't want to fight it out between themselves because they're like best friends as well. So it's kind of anyway, we were talking about moving, and so it kind of fits in. We'd like to do that, but if we don't have it by that cut-off point, the end of the Easter holidays, then she's going to stay at the school she's at and continue as a acting deputy, for another year to get another year's experience. So that case, I'll be moving down towards where she lives, in remote Suffolk. So we'll still be going to get a house together, because we both live in our own houses at the moment, which is silly because we're both paying rents and mortgages. We're both paying 2 lots of bills and stuff. So it makes sense that we get sell the house and move in together. And although because we're practically around with each other all the time, it seems silly that we're having 2 household lots of bills. So yeah, we'll kind of condense all that into one. Obviously going to be a bigger house, so it's going to be pricier, but it should be a saving overall anyway. So that should be good. But there will be disruption moving, setting up, getting internet sorted, so that I am worried. So when that point comes, I'm going to be literally probably taking time away just to record a batch load of videos and putting them in there. So hopefully that will cover the period I'm away, sorting out internet and that kind of thing. It may not work. I'm sure the second channel especially will probably suffer, but there will be disruption at that time, but just sort of hang with it, and it'll be hopefully just short and be able to rectify it quickly. Yes, I've also got to get my head around. I've already got 2 holidays booked this year. So at Easter, obviously my holidays will be kind of when the school holidays are, because my girlfriend's a teacher. It's the only time she gets holiday. So that means our holidays are always during the expensive periods, which is really annoying. But there we go. It's just the way it is. But yeah, Easter we're going to see her family. So I'm spending a week down on the Isle of Wight. Oddly enough, we just discussed that. So yeah, I'll be on the Isle of Wight for a week at Easter. So I need to get videos recorded in advance so you don't notice my absence. And also, end of July, August, I'm going to be just over a week, 10 days. I'm going to be in Holland. So then that's my summer holiday in Holland. We're going to be on her dad's boat, because her dad's Dutch. Well, she's Dutch as well, but her dad still sort of lives in. Well, he doesn't live in Holland. He actually lives in Suffolk as well, but he spends most of his time in Holland, where his boat's based. So we'll be going out on the Izmir, whatever it's called, sailing around there for a week or so, which should be good fun. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm being told if I fall off and drown, I'll be classed as German. I'm not sure why. It's a Dutch thing, apparently. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to get into that. Ooh, that was close. That was close. I really need to be paying more attention. Wow. Oh, now it's daylight. We can come out and have a look at my lovely. I've got a lovely pirate's livery. Look at that. Sunken pirate ship, sunken treasure, and a skeleton pirate. That's awesome, isn't it? That's obviously from the Pirates DLC paint jobs. And there's the Renault truck, and doesn't she look gorgeous? See, the Renault trucks are good-looking trucks. Well, these ones are. I don't really like the really boxy ones. They look a little bit ugly, to be honest. I've got my little wheel spinning round knob, if you know what I mean, whatever that thing's called. I've also got a cool box for my beers. I've got my change of clothes in the bag over there. I've got my heading thingy, and I've also got a ship in a bottle, just to do the old nautical theme a little bit more service. Yeah, he's waiting. Thank you. Good stuff. Right, we got 3 hours 20 minutes. We're going great guns. So I've told you about my disruption for this year. 2 weeks holiday. Well, over 2 weeks holiday. At Easter. Oh no, wait, hang on. Last week in May, first week in June. I've also got a week off there. I'm going down to do some more time teaming, doing some more archaeology for a long weekend, and then because the girlfriend's coming down with me as well, we're going to spend. I've taken the rest of the week off, and we're going to spend some time just sort of going around Devon and Cornwall and Somerset, just sort of B&Bing around there for a few days, checking out some of the old villages and towns and stuff. It's lovely down there, it really is. So yes, I've got a lot of periods of time where I need to be ahead on the game and try and keep the videos coming. So expect disruption. There you go. There's a forewarned, because you know that is quite a lot of time I'll be away. So I'm bound not to be able to cover everything during that period. So I do apologise. But that's good. That's good. There we go. Cool. So yeah, that's the other thing, and I am currently looking. I'm looking to do another course. So many of you know I work in telecommunications. I'm an investigator in a telecommunication firm, investigating why things happen. Have you ever seen Air Crash Investigation? You know, there's a plane crash, and then a team descends and they pull it apart, understand exactly what the root cause was, what happened, what triggered it, what were the events around it, was it a perfect storm, could it have been prevented, all that kind of thing. So that's what I do, but not on airplanes. I do on telecommunications, which isn't quite as exciting, but it comes with a whole load of pressures, so that's what I do as a living, and it's a great job. It gives me flexibility. I can work from home sometimes. I can, it really is a great position to be in at the moment, but it's not going to last forever, i.e. my current flexibility and working arrangements are not going to last forever. So, and I don't particularly want to be doing this job forever either. I enjoy the job, but sometimes you do need a change. So what I'd like to go into is estate management, and I'm talking about rural estate management here, like parks, farm, that kind of estate management. So I am currently looking to sign up on a rural rural estate management courses, which I'm currently looking at the moment. So I will be needing some time to do some studying and sort of like exams and projects and stuff as well. But it's something I'm doing for my career. I don't want to be. It's just a choice I make. I love being in the country, and I don't want to be in the rat race all my life. You know, I want to get out of it, and I don't want to be running into, getting into the city. Or, as I say, I work from home a lot of the time, but there's still that need to go into the cities, go to Birmingham, go to Manchester, go to Norwich, whatever. Which is not too bad at the moment because it's once in a blue moon, but most jobs will require you to do that, more and more frequently. Most, obviously, I say this in a point of privilege. Most people go into the office every day or whatever, don't they? So I do realise I'm incredibly fortunate in my current position, and I wish I already said, but you gotta think about what's good for you and your family, and I would like to do, that's what I want to do. I think going forward, I've had a long think about it, and I think I'd definitely enjoy that into my latter years of working. So that's kind of something I'm going to do. And there's a number of other courses, like accountancy courses, not like to be accountant, but just the basics. And there's loads of these kind of things I want to get just to be on my CV and just to have the knowledge in the back of my head. If I've got to do my own taxes, that kind of thing. So yeah. I'm incredibly busy at the moment. I think I probably need to go into those ones which that car's gone into, so I'll go into this one. I'll pay the toll. I've got these booths wrong every time, haven't I? But it's okay. I'm not worried about it. Should we put headlights on? We had side lights on anyway, but it's starting to rain a little bit more now, and it's going to be dark. Oh yes, hold on, an hour. Okay, you're getting tired. How long do I need before I need to sleep? I've got 26 minutes before the next. Okay, we might need to grab a quick snooze before we drop this off at or we could just take a few fines and a few blackouts on the way. There may not be a parking space to rest up. Yeah, cool. Anyway, so yes, so that's that's where I am, or where I am at the moment. It's going to be a very, very busy year, but hopefully a very exciting year, and things will go great. Now we've got another toll booth up here, which means there's probably going to be a rest spot there. Pleasure 200 meter. Okay, great. You're getting tired. You're getting sleepy. 3, 2, 1. You're back in the room. Here we go. So we can go through this one. This should be the no stoppy one. There's no. There's a rest spot. It's on the other side of the Piggin Road. Isn't that always the way? Never when you need it. 22 minutes. Oh, well, 36 minutes. Sorry, 22 miles. We'll just blag it from here then. We'll just risk it. We'll get a final 2. But we should be okay. Good. Yeah. So that's me this year. I'll give you updates as we do more driving and I know more things. As I say, today I've got well, today is actually I've just got work to do, but this evening I want to get, obviously this is Monday night, so I've got to record and edit a riser flight for Wednesday, so that can be uploaded tomorrow, Tuesday, ready for Wednesday, and then in the evening I've got to play around a little bit with Unity, which is the game engine. Because I'm trying to make a little scene. So the girlfriend, as I say, she's a teacher, and she's doing some. She obviously teaches all subjects. She does Key Stage 6, if anyone knows what that is. It's kind of like the kids. This is the year before they go to high school. She also does some maths. She's a maths expert, so she also teaches maths at the high school. But predominantly, she's a Key Stage 6 teacher this year, and yeah, she's doing history, and we've just arrived into La Rochelle. It's beautiful, and one of the things she's studying is, or she's going to get them to study, is Pegasus Bridge. Because we visited there in the summer when we went to Normandy for our summer holidays, and I've kind of, because I knew the story and I read the book and everything, and I got her to do it, and she loved it as well. So she thought it'd be really good for the kids to see what, you know, the things that, you know, happened, what people would do, you know, why they were fighting, that kind of thing. All the topics they discuss. Sorry. One of the things that is, she wants obviously to do interactive things, so they're going to be making the horse. Basically, if you don't know, it was glider division from the Brits landed before D-Day, midnight on D-Day, and basically glider landed and captured and held some bridges that they required, so to stop the Germans sending the tanks onto the beaches. And they landed in these Horsa gliders, which are just wooden fabric basically. And so she's going to get the kids to make some, you know, miniature models of those out of, you know, balsa wood and stuff. But what I thought I'd try and do in Unity is to create the actual scene, create the bridge, create the area, and see if I can put a model in there and see if I can get them to land. Basically, make a one mission game where they have to land the glider on the very small landing zone, where they managed to land 3 in the actual fact. So that's what I got this evening. Should be interesting. And that'll give me some because I need to. I've got some ideas for Unity. I'm not going to make a game, but I've got some ideas about how to make certain other things using Unity. Which goes on to about those ideas I had about creating different type of videos. It's €150 fine for not sleeping. So the Unity learning thing also has another idea at the back of my head. Right, so we're coming into the depot now. Well, just around the depot, obviously this industrial estate, by the looks of it, in La Rochelle. Lovely jubbly. Getting tired. Don't find me again. We're just about to drop off. You're probably just about to drop off. What are we at? We're at 45 minutes just coming up to, so it's not too bad. That's a bit tight, isn't it? Yeah. Just coming up to 45 minutes. It's not a bad ramble. You know, I was going to say, it takes some effort to ramble on for 45 minutes. And it probably takes even more effort to listen to me ramble on for 45 minutes. Right, where do you want? You want it parked in that bay, don't you? We should be able to do that, should we? Yeah, we should be able to do that. Unless there's no room to swing round, of course. Oh, I just remembered what kind of trailer it is. It's one of these trailers, you know, where the waits all at the end and they never turn very well, do they? Right. Straighten that out. The whir of the wheel. There's junk here. See, we got one of the rear wheels also turns as well, which will help the. These trailers just don't turn. Look at them; they just don't turn. Okay, go forward a bit. Right now, if we can push that straight back for a bit. My clutch pedal will work and it'll give me reverse. Oops. We're kind of in the bay. Let's straighten up a little bit. Third time's the charm, as they say. There we go. So if I have not covered your game in the updates I did earlier, don't worry. There will be random games like, you know, naval action. A bit of more of that I'll do. They'll come on the Friday randomly, so don't worry about that. As we get a sleeping offence, which distracts me and kicked me off a little bit, but we're in. Yes, we're in. Good stuff. Excelente, job completed. 525 miles driven, 11 hours, 43 minutes taken, fuel consumed, 354.5 litres. Base reward, 25,379 at 846 XP. Proficiency level 30, 11,420. ADR, class 6, 170 XPs. Long distance delivery, rank 6, 3,716 euros. And 211 XP, 40 XP for parking, grand total of 40,515 euros, and 1,274 XPs. Great, brilliant, boom. World of Trucks is still currently down at the moment. Game time Tuesday. It's actually Monday coming up to I really need to go back to work time. But so I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope the updates have been okay. You understand. There will be a little bit of disruption going forward this year, but hopefully it's going to be minimal if I can get my head around it. But yeah, exciting times ahead for me, and hopefully you'll benefit from that, because I'll have loads to tell you, and we'll be doing some other projects and stuff as well, so it should all be good. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed Euro Truck. We have hit the 47-minute mark, so we better do a secret password for those who have made it here. Let's have pirate, as we got the old pirate skeleton here. Pirate skeleton, yeah. So if you get pirate or pirate skeleton into the, or some sort of pirate related or secret word we know. Oh, I've just seen the anglerfish here. Look, the anglerfish on the bumpers. Brilliant. I didn't notice that until now. Anyway, we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my rambles. I hope you've taken some enjoyment and some information away from this video, which has been to be helpful and interesting. So thanks ever so much. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you very soon.